Arkansas cable providers are connecting our state to the world. Through our state-of-the-art broadband networks, educators, healthcare providers, emergency responders, law enforcement personnel, and consumers have access to the information superhighway like never before, many times at greatly reduced costs. That's our commitment to making Arkansas a leader in the digital age. Arkansas cable providers are indeed connecting our state to the world, and we're just getting started.
A forum hosted by Farm Bureau got candidates running in statewide elections talking about topics not typically included in their stump speeches. The messages tailored to farmers helped some in the audience tailor their ballot choices. Take a look. With messages tailored to the Farm Bureau crowd, candidates courted votes.
I'm a fifth-generation, lifelong Arkansan.
I'm a fifth-generation Arkansan.
I grew up on a farm. If your neighbor was gone and he had cattle down on the highway, you went and you helped get them up.
Those row crops were really my playground. I learned to drive my car on the turn rows.
And I'm a seventh-generation Arkansan, which means that the Rutledges pretty much showed up with the state.
And got to practice with my dad and become the sixth-generation Arkansas lawyer to practice down in Howard County.
Farmer Tommy Young appreciated the targeted message. He drove 110 miles to be here.
That's one of the primary reasons I came here today, was to hear specifically what they are offering me as a voter and being a farmer to go to the ballot box and make my decision.
Young identifies himself as a Democrat, but sitting next to him, I couldn't help but notice the check marks he placed by the names had little to do with the party.
The key things that stuck out to me was property rights, the EPA mandates on farmers.
To many, how a candidate felt about the letters EPA was more important than a D or an R, and the candidates knew it.
I don't know much about farming, I don't know much about ranching, but I do know a lot about being overregulated by the FDA, the EPA, and the USDA, and I have an idea that some of you know something about that as well.
I want to fight to protect farmers and ranchers and landowners across this state from an EPA that is just out of control.
We're not going to put in overburdensome regulations because the Sierra Club has gotten in cahoots with the EPA.
From too much regulation to not enough opportunities for education, the topic of career training also resonated with the crowd.
I think we need a renewed focus on VOTEC or career tech in this state.
You know, Nashville, Arkansas is a rural place. I believe in rural Arkansas. I'm a product of rural Arkansas, and it gave me opportunities that I never would have had anywhere else.
We need to quit telling people you're either on the excellence track to college or you're in other. There are different forms of excellence.
Another hot-button issue was the Farm Bill. Representative Tom Cotton took the opportunity to explain to farmers his votes against the measure.
I know some of you think I was wrong because I didn't support the Farm Bill. Many of you think I was right.
Cotton called the name Farm Bill deceptive.
Spending almost $1 trillion on a bill so Arkansas farmers could receive 1/2% of the benefit.
Young said regardless of his personal feelings, he was glad to hear the explanation, because when it was all said and done, it won't be political ads, but hearing how candidates felt about farming issues that will determine how he votes this year.
It's what they say and how it's going to impact my livelihood.